Today, we've got an iPhone 11. We've got a bowl, which we're gonna fill with water. We're gonna put the iPhone 11 in there. And then we're gonna freeze it. Then we're gonna take it on top of a 5-story building and drop it. There's the iPhone. We're actually gonna turn it upside down to face the other way and turn the phone display off for now. Let's go ahead and flip it over and check out the phone. There's the phone.
Oh man.
That's in there good too. Like there's definitely a gap all the way around it. So that's a good sign. You ready?
Good to go.
Good to go? Okay, here we go. Grabbing this thing is gonna be hard. All right, here it comes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Still in ice. That's pretty awesome. The glass does not look shattered on the front or the back. Can we bust it out of here? Awesome. The phone looks good, but the question is, did it survive? Let's try turning on. Let's see what happens. Nothing. No response. Oh, there's an symbol. There's a symbol. Plug it in. It wants power. Here comes that freaking block of ice. Let's find out what this looks like in slow motion. Boom and wow. The chunk of ice held together way better than normal on the initial impact, and it wasn't until the whip down hit it actually exploded apart like a giant ice glacier. I don't know. Check it out. You can totally see the iPhone in the giant ice chunk flying away. That is awesome. Let's check it out. Try to turn it on. It's working! It's working! This thing survived being frozen for like 2 days and then dropped off of a freaking building. I'm really impressed. Good job, Apple. You've made yourself a freezing-proof phone.
We're going to be doing a drop test of 3 really cool phones that came out this year. And I've got 3 clear cases, guys. I want to show you. I'm going to put each phone in one of these cases. So if you can already guess, guys, this will be right here, the iPhone 11 Pro, which I've got right here in my hands. Perfectly working. Beautiful. Works. This case right here belongs to the Galaxy Note 10. So we're going to be putting one of those in there, which I've got right here. It is a little bit dirty here in the back, but it does fully work. Here's the front. And finally, the Huawei Mate 30 Pro. And this is going to go into this case right here, as you guys can see. Here's the back of it. Fully works. No cracks whatsoever. This is actually a really beautiful color. And a very beautiful phone. Has a great camera on it. And all 3 phones are in their cases. We're at the spot, guys. I just want to show you how crazy this place looks like. So it's about 13 stories. I'm going to drop 3 of the phones directly, hopefully, into that hole. Let's go ahead and do it in 3, 2, 1. There's the first phone, fully cracked. There's the second phone. Oh my goodness. Crazy, but still recording. The Galaxy Note 10 was the only phone that fell at the very bottom, and yet the weird thing is it remained inside its case and there's no cracks whatsoever. So this phone literally looks perfectly fine. The only visible damage on this phone that I can see is the scuffing right at the bottom right hand side of the corner of the phone. I think might have been just the angle of the drop or something, but the phone still works perfectly fine. Yes, it does. The iPhone 11 Pro actually stayed inside of its case. The back looking completely fine. No crack with the camera, nothing on the back, fully protected, but the front fully damaged. And as you guys can see, it's tweaking out here a little bit. Major frame damage on top. Check this out. Phone is just fully coming apart here. One more time, here's the bottom of the device and the side screen is popping out. And finally, with the Huawei Mate 30 Pro, the phone actually cracked on both the front and the back. The clear case actually flew out, so I wasn't even able to find it. I don't know where it landed, but the phone was actually working perfectly fine. For the first few hours, I was able to power it on and mess around with the device. But now, as you guys can see, you can just hear a little bit with the audio here as I press the power button, but there's nothing showing on the display. So this phone is a goner. The camera surprisingly did not crack. We're going to be doing the ultimate iPhone, Samsung Galaxy, and Nokia drop test. We have the iPhone 11 Pro Max. We have the Samsung Galaxy Fold, Nokia 3310. This is the world's most indestructible phone. So we're going to see exactly all three phones drop test from this height. Check it out. And this is going to be as raw as it gets, guys. No case, just a straight up drop. We're going to see where it lands, how it does. First up, we have the iPhone 11 Pro Max. We're going to see what happens. So no cases, guys, just a real raw and uncut drop test. Let's go ahead and see what happens in 3, 2, 1. Just like that, guys. Look at this. Phone is already glitching. I don't know if I should be surprised or shocked. When I came down here, the screen was actually glitching out green. It was blinking, but now it started working. It's back to fully working order. It's horrible in condition, guys. The condition is just destroyed. It's cracked. You guys can see there's like a green line on the right side, the initial kind of impact here with the distortion, and the back is the worst. Looks like it just went through some like robotic transformation. All that glass is missing. Camera's actually held up pretty good, which is crazy, but just look at that in detail. That's insane. Samsung Galaxy Fold, guys. This is the long-awaited crazy drop test. 3, 2, 1. That was incredibly loud. There's the Galaxy Fold, guys. Look at it. It's also blinking, except only part of this display is blinking here. Whoa, never mind. Let me take a look. What is going on here? The whole right screen is kind of working. The left side isn't. Let's go ahead and see if we can close it. What happens when we close the phone? Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at that, guys. Look at the back. This phone is destroyed. Let's see the other. Oh, whoa. So this part actually still worked. 3, 2, 1. And look at this, guys. The indestructible phone actually got destroyed. The battery is missing here. The case is basically cracked. Look at this. Oh my goodness.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna put 2 iPhone 11 Pros in this gelatin here, and then we're going to drop test them. Da, 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 da. They're in, and it's really hot water. Honestly, they'll probably go to the overheating stage of the iPhone-ness, like where it says it's too hot. It's an iPhone bongo drum. So,
oh, it turned on.
3, 2, 1. Oh God. It held together! It goes nothing. Holy crap. Oh my God. All right, let's go ahead and take the phones out of here. Oh, look at that. It's just coming apart now. All right, and we're gonna make this Jello so much stronger on the second pass through. Let's see if they're turning on. Yep. And yep. Here we go. We're gonna see if this Jello can protect these iPhones from Gizmo slip. This should be interesting. 3, 2, 1. Oh wow, that didn't really do anything to it. That looks virtually unscathed. I think it is unscathed. That might even just be the bottom of the trash can. That's insane. Gnarly. Awesome. And kaboom! Okay, we go about 3 inches, maybe, into it. And whoa, look at that shockwave going all the way down the Jello, just reverberating like some Jello monster. And then just look at it wobble. It's like it's dancing. It comes completely off the ground. And it just like bounces around, bounces up and down, side to side. It's kind of awesome. I'm glad it didn't fall over, actually. Here comes the bat. Let's check it out. Oh, the deformation of the Jello is awesome. The whole half of it just concaves in. The shockwave. Oh, that's cool. The water on the top, because we just rinsed it off because it got all dirty from the last hit. Oh my god, it's moving along the ground like a slug. It's doing this number to scooch across the ground. Oh, and the water coming off the top is super cool looking. I can't believe it didn't come apart with that hit. I hit it really hard that time. Up to the roof! I'm gonna take the elevator. Facing this. Up to level 5 in this house. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it stayed together! Oh my god! Look at that! What? Here it comes.
Oh man.
It's gonna be beautiful, man. It's gonna be beautiful.
It's starting to compress.
Oh, it flattens out so much.
Oh my goodness, look at that. It is a straight up pancake, dude.
Oh, but look at how it gets so flat. It's as flat as the phones are.
Yeah, and then it goes back up.
And maybe the phone's actually impacted there. Holy crap. This Jello is unreal.
I'm kind of amazed by this right now, actually. Like, I would have for sure thought it would have, like, at least cracked or something. Like, you know, like how normally, like, gelatins we've used that, like, split if there's, like, high impact of some sort, like a little crack.
They just come apart.
Yeah,
Like
or they either explode or they compartmentalize or a chunk comes off.
There's so much energy being absorbed by this Jello wiggling right now. Just wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle. It's like a flubber,
Wiggle,
man.
wiggle.
It's just like flubber.
Now, which of these iPhones survived? They're looking okay-ish, I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell right now. Can we get them out now? Oh, I think it was just the Jello. I think they're okay. Well, oh, okay. I was like, oh god, it's just the tape we had in there holding them together. Okay, let's try turning these on again if we can. Buttons aren't being pressed in. I think there's Jello inside the buttons. Oh god. Oh, it is turning on. There we go. This one's on. It's functional. Let's see if the one in the case survived as well. The back glass still looks good. Voila! So there you go. Both phones are just fine.
And what we're doing is throwing not one, but 2 iPhone Xs from the helicopter. One is going to have one of these protective cases on it, and the other one is going to be bare. The copter reached a bit of a standstill, and we realise it's time for the throw. So we set up the front camera to record some 720p 240 FPS slow-mo, and off we go. And it does seem, at least at this point, that the iPhone is heading straight towards the landing pad, which is good news. And even though it is going at 240 FPS slow-mo, that doesn't change the fact that this is spinning like crazy due to that wind. And bam, it hits the pad, but the phone is still recording, so it's not completely dead. So we'll inspect it when we get to the ground, but there's a little bit more to do yet.
We've thrown one of the phones with the case on, now we're going to do one without.
So here is the uncased space grey iPhone X. And it's time. So just like we did with the first one, we're going to chuck it straight out of that little window and see what happens. So we hovered at the spot just for a little bit to make sure the phone had hit the target, and then we started to land pretty quickly. The phone that was in the case is completely unscathed, and the other one, as you probably imagine, didn't fare so well. So at this point I was told I was now allowed to keep my iPhone X, which is literally still in out-of-the-box new condition. But the test doesn't end there. We've got the same iPhone X that was dropped bare out of the helicopter, and then we've got a brand new iPhone X, also space grey, but in a case. And we're going to try throwing them down on a slightly more testing surface, an uneven stone floor. So taking it in turn, starting with the cased phone, what probably seems pretty undramatic from this distance, when seen from close up, is pretty impressive. You can actually see the case absorbing the impact of the shock. That's not quite what happens when the phone is bare. Having said that, the iPhone X, even without a case, did fare quite a bit better than we were expecting it to. Don't forget this is, as Apple says, the most durable glass ever on a smartphone. So because we vowed not to leave until one of these phones was destroyed, we did it again, but much, much harder. And this is what happened. The uncased iPhone X was completely destroyed. We were actually amazed at how much damage this one throw had done to it, but yeah, the cased iPhone X was still completely unmarked, including the case. So we took that off just to check, and we did a once over of this phone, and you cannot actually tell it's been dropped at all. A couple of throws later, comparing it side by side to its unprotected cousin was actually kind of funny. The naked iPhone was not only completely unresponsive when you touched the display, but also was a bit of a hazard to hold. There were actually glass shards sticking out from the back of it,
Time to drop Nokia 3310. It's 150 feet. Oh, that's it. Down. Down.
Insert SIM card!
Yes. Can we play Snake?
A little damage to the screen.
But he's alright, I reckon. Yeah, SIM card in. Battery in. Good. We've got games. Snake 2. Yeah, baby. It's a 1,000-foot drop. I thought it was going to be fitting. But the phone could be playing Snake on the way down. 3, 2, 1. Wow, it's dropping pretty straight. And forward now. Well, the boys are going after it, so they can't really drop the other one.
It landed somewhere over there. It could be a bit of a hide and seek. I saw it glisten.
Righto everyone, this is the iPhone from 1,000 feet. 3, 2, 1, iPhone's away! iPhone is away! Ooh, it's not heading towards them. It's gone behind us.
Here it is! Here it is! Stop! Oh! Wow! It's on! It is on!
That's unreal!
Fading can work. It's broken on the back. Cannot believe it's working. That is insane.
S10 drop, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're away! We are away! And it is spinning like anything! And going completely the other direction than the last one. It's out, the Samsung is out. Seen it?
I seen it, yeah. Freaking long way over here. Really long way. There it is, everyone. Oh! Completely works. I don't know if you can see that. Camera copped it.
It's the only thing.
Oh, because it's got the hole.
Yeah.
They're already copping a drop from 1,000 feet.
3, 2, 1. Rolling!
Is it?
Yay! Alright, next we got the iPhone. 3, 2, 1.
Aaron's boat.
Rolling!
Hey! Fair old crater.
Let's have a selfie.
It's that time of year again. We have the Galaxy S20 Ultra in the studio where we're going to be dropping it side by side with the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Round number 1, backdrop. In 3, 2, 1. So that backdrop shatters the glass on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but on the S20 Ultra, the glass is surprisingly still intact, which, could be due to Gorilla Glass 6, but we've seen Gorilla Glass 6 crack before. So I think the major factor here was that big old protruding camera lens. Due to the flat drop on its back from the machine, the camera hump actually took the majority of the damage here and enough of the impact to where the glass on the back didn't crack. Now, of course, different angles of drops can obviously produce different results, but in this controlled drop between the two phones, the S20 Ultra gets the easy win in round number 1. Round number 2, corner drop. 2, 1. Neither phone takes too much damage from the corner drop, with the screens still remaining undamaged despite those ultra thin bezels. The real difference here is the iPhone isn't nearly as scuffed as the Galaxy is thanks to its stainless steel frame, which gives the iPhone the win here in round number 2. Round number 3, face drop. In 3, 2, 1. The face drop does major damage to the iPhone 11 Pro, with its screen cracking on the left edge and spiderwebbing all the way across the front, whereas on the Galaxy S20 Ultra, the damage isn't anywhere near as bad. While it did crack, the damage remained mostly confined to that left edge. I don't know if this is due to Samsung using stronger glass than the iPhone, or if the slight curvature on the screen somehow helps protect it, but either way, a significantly better result for the S20 Ultra, giving it the win in round number 3. Bonus round. With both phones passing our 15-point inspection, they move on to the bonus round, where last time the iPhone 11 Pro Max was able to make it through all 10 bonus drops. It definitely wasn't pretty, and the iPhone did lose a major function with its rear camera system failing, but the rest of the phone, from its display and speakers to Face ID, still remained fully functional. So let's see if the S20 Ultra can do any better. Bonus drop number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that first bonus drop leads to some major damage. The glass looks significantly worse, with it now shattering all over, including across the fingerprint sensor, which, while it didn't cause complete failure, the fingerprint sensor now only seems to work around 20% of the time. Everything else on the phone, however, still seems fine, so we'll keep on going. Drop number 2 in a 3, 2, 1. 2 drops in, and that top portion of the screen no longer works. And the phone is also locking up intermittently, with the entire touchscreen becoming temporarily unresponsive almost randomly for 20 to 30 seconds at a time. Now, we could stop the test right here, but because the phone technically recovers and could make an emergency call, we'll go ahead and continue. 3, 2, 1. And after 9 brutal bonus drops, the S20 Ultra finally calls it quits. There's now major damage to the OLED display across the bottom, and the phone is just randomly touching different parts of the screen, making it unusable. So not the best result here, and definitely worse than the iPhone.
This new iPhone SE will actually bend and also easy to scratch, so we're going to find that out in this video today. So first of all, we'll just check out the exterior of the phone to see if it's scratch proof. Now this has a sapphire, the camera lens has a sapphire glass as well, so I'm pretty sure that will not scratch with my knife as well. Even the back as well, pretty sure that would not scratch. So having keys and coins in your pocket will not actually scratch it. It probably will scratch the aluminium body with it, I don't know. See, it will actually scratch that. Even the SIM card ejector tool, the power button as well, the top, that will actually scratch it as well. Now I don't know why I'm actually doing this with my new iPhone, but I just want to show you the durability and scratch test with this, and also to see if it actually bends. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. I'll actually do it with every other phone I get, not just the iPhone. So the volume rockers as well, they actually scratch. So everything around the surrounding the phone, even the antenna bands, check that out, they actually come off right there, as you can see. Don't know what this camera is actually doing. It's actually making a few recordings. So yeah, everything on this phone actually scratches around it except the glass back, which also is easily shatterable, and the screen on the front as well. So as you can tell, my knife won't actually go through the screen, it won't actually scratch it as well, so that is good. The home button, it's not actually scratch proof, but even though dabbing it with my knife to see if it actually scratches, I've also put my fingerprint on it, so it actually still unlocks. So let's actually do it a bit more harder to see, can make some marks on it, and yes, it still actually unlocks. So the durability test so far is alright. You obviously will get scratches around the iPhone if you leave it without a cover in your pocket or wherever you actually leave it. So let's actually try the bend test, but before we do it, we'll check out the flash, everything, the flash, the microphone, and the camera lens. The camera lens has a sapphire glass, so that won't actually scratch, and the flash is actually behind the glass, so it's nice and flush, so you can't actually scratch that. But yeah, I do actually like the design of the new the new iPhone SE, because the not only is the has the same looks as the iPhone 8, it has the Apple logo in the middle, the same as my new iPhone 11 Pro Max, and you got a few trademarks at the bottom that only come with European standard iPhones. So yeah, now we'll actually see if it actually bends. So no, wow, don't know if you can actually see it, but it actually brings up the screen a little bit. It doesn't actually bend that way, so bending it the other way, nope. So yeah, this iPhone 8 is definitely durable.
What we do here is go back.
Oh.